situations. Mel's got a couple turnovers as well.
Rebounds and turnovers.
You only have
killed the Celtics.
You only have 2 more made shots, which is crazy. I mean, just think, right, if they're shooting like 30 of 45, which is like your average game,
sure,
how much a differential is of the score.
And now they're up talking. And Dev is giving Fab the business.
He said he's taking Fab and Mel 1-on-2. Shots jumped up. Rando jumped up.
4:14 to go. Good ball game. No autographs. Arsenal with the board. They're up by 4. Jay a full with it on the baseline, and they'll call timeout. They got 1 remaining.
No, just going to point over to Arsenal, like, get out of the paint. I mean, he has been setting himself up, but it seems like that's almost been the strategy to get him down low and to get the rebounds.
Well, here's a comparison of the small forwards of the ball game between Dev Goss and Perfusion. And Perfusion, the leading scorer in the league, only has 15.
You got one person getting a lot of shots up and one who is keeping it going at a steady pace. I mean, Perfusion's only missed 1. You can see the shot chart for Dev. It hasn't been too kind. But it's when you can hit these shots, when you get towards a late game in the 4th quarter. We always talk about you can shoot 2 or 13. If you get to that 4th quarter and you hit those 2 big threes and get you those 6 points, you're sitting there, you're living. You 4th quarter and you hit those 2 big threes and get you those 6 points, you're sitting there, you're living. You all of a sudden become the hero. You're like the guy in the gym. And what's going on right now between these 2 guys?
Yeah, because Dev Goss is not shooting well. I mentioned 4 of 10 from downtown, but he's made his last 3 shots. And right now, Perfusion just can't get his shots up. He's been smothered. Both Jay Full has played well, along with shots on the defensive end. Arsenal goes right by Mel East and 1. And the momentum is all with Atlanta.
There you go, Banana.
Oh my, just right by him. And 1. Double-double for Arsenal.
I think that's what you want to see more of Arsenal, too. Attacking the basket. A lot of centers in the league. I want to see attack the basket more. Got to stop being a little bit soft with it. You know, you just got to take it right in there. Worst case scenario is you're going to end up getting fouled. That's really it.
And Fab will step out of bounds. That's his 8th turnover of the ball game. 8.
It was though. I think even it still is a great offensive game in terms of shooting for Fab. 7 of 10. Turnovers are racking up. You almost have, you're looking at, we're going triple-double alert if you're looking to assist and turnovers for Fab.
It doesn't work that way.
But give all credit to Jay, CKZ's finest.
Jay Full playing well, the man from Houston, Texas. Hawks up 7. 3:30 to go. Shots is working on no autographs. Quick spin. Still has yet to make a post score. But Arsenal gets it to go. He's got a double-double. 14 points, 18 rebounds in a game against his old team.
Having a little flashback to Blazer 5 last year. One player forces up a contested layup or some sort of contested shot. Person's down there for the rebound, sending it right back up. Where have you seen that before? Because I saw it all last year, pre-patch from Blazer 5.
Well, all I know is no one's been blocked by the backboard yet.
Too soon.
So there's things from season 1 that are still off limits?
Sensitive topics to some people.
Mel East from downtown. No. Hawks on a 13-3 run. Hawks on a 13-3 run. Rando with 9 points, 3 assists. Jay the Full with 9. And Rando trying to hit the dagger. And Jay a Full with the offensive rebound. His 2nd of the ball game. Back to Jay a Full. That might be ball game, Dirk. 12 points for Jay a Full in his debut.
And what a huge, huge turnaround that this team was really just able to bring to the table. At one point, I think we're sitting there, the Celtics are up by like 10. It's okay. Things are starting to get a little worrying. But then the defense kicked in, the full court press. We saw a struggle in game number 1 with the Jazz being able to get the ball up the court. You're seeing the same thing here from Celtics crossover. And as you were saying, JFO, the rookie, stepping up big time. 4 steals to his name. Shooting great from the corner as well. Been able to find some buckets down low for himself. And people will look at the box and say, well, Fab is 7 of 10. I mean, he hasn't been playing that good of defense. Look at the turnovers and just go back and watch the tape and look at the situation he has put Celtics crossover in. You've had to change their whole game plan because of the defensive pressure you've applied.
Arsenal dominating the Celtics in Middle East, 61-49. Fab.
They give them all the twos, what they're saying. I mean, you want to let them just get an open roll, go ahead. You're perfectly fine with that, especially at this point in the game. You can now burn some time off the clock if you really want to, if you're the Hawks talent.
Boy, some people in their power rankings had the Hawks dead last.
I would,
out of the 21 teams.
Rightfully so. They had the worst tip-off performance if you're judging it off of that. Until you see a different variation and get a different impression of this team, you're going to have them last. If you didn't have them last, I'll say, well, why not? Give me a perfect reason why this team wasn't the worst ranked after the tip-off.
Arsenal, 18 points, 18 rebounds against his former team. And he's saying, you blame me for our record last year. Well, look at me now. On his way to a 20-20 game. Crazy thing is he might become the Intel player of the game. I wonder what he's going to say. Get your popcorn ready. Jay a full. That's the dagger. GG. Night-night. 66-53. Fab, you can have all those you want. Those are just stats.
That's what they're saying, too. Is just go ahead. We don't care at this point.
The dub is going to go to Hotlanta. Their first. They did not win a game in the tip-off, but they've opened up the regular season. This crowd has got into it. The players have gotten into it. Perfusion, wide open 3. They needed a lot more of him tonight.
It was lights out. And
He had 18 points on 7 shots.
They didn't give him the opportunity to even really try to function in the pick and roll set. I mean, they were going with Fab and it was working out, but when you can't even get the ball up to half court, well, yeah, it's a struggle. And that's something that they struggle with like the entire time. And finally start to see, the big thing for me was the confidence finally that you saw from Hawks Talent GC. It wasn't on display at all in the tip-off, and they had some great competition that they were playing, but they weren't even able to put up a lot of a fight.
I'm looking at the chat right now. A lot of folks are looking for Jay Full to be the MVP. Not our decision, but 18 and 18. And they're still up talking. Mill East. And our head admin, Gabe. And we see our head admin actually looking up in the crowd for a few folks. Phil, what the heck is going on?
Well, a lot of people are saying Malice in the Palace Part 2 in the chat, man. It's like Gabe earning his money right there. Might have to throw in a couple technicals, man. I don't know, man. But this game is already over. I don't know what they're so bad about.
66-58. Things have gotten heated up here in the studio. (66-58). We got the players talking. We got fans talking to the players.
Hawks are just like,
it's a scene, man. It's a scene.
The Hawks are sitting back in their trailer. You guys can just keep talking. We came on with a win. You're starting off 0-1. We're starting off 1-0. Like, not much else you can really say.
And we talked about that. You might not have played well in the tip-off, but that doesn't matter because everybody is 0-0. Well, except for the Celtics, they're 0-1. The Hawks will move to 1-0. I'm surprised to see the Celtics call timeout here.
Really don't know what the point of it is. But
Hawks will play the Jazz next week, and Celtics will have the week off.
honestly, I know Arsenal, it's tough to call because I really think it is impressive for the rookie to step into the spotlight like this, have such a great offensive performance, but the defensive press, like, if they didn't have JF full, I mean, you can't really say it because in certain scenarios.
I mean, come on. I get that from a community perspective. You're a community guy. But Arsenal played for this team last year and comes out and scores 18 points, 18 rebounds against his former team.
But like I said, you can argue it both ways because he had a lot of free rebounds thrown up to him throughout the entirety of the game, too. I mean, shots.
They did take 54 shots.
Yeah, they took a lot of shots, and that's why he has it. I mean, it's not stat padding, it's the game plans you're going with. Again, it's literally a replica of what Magic game was running. And I know a lot of people, obviously you want to see Jay because of that reason. He literally had them just in a 2x4 all the way going up the court, didn't allow them to maneuver, didn't allow them to get anything going in a half-court set, really since the third quarter going all the way onwards here. I mean, it's tough. You look at the box score, everyone's going to say Arsenal. But if you're looking at Rick and Forrest go up against one of the best point guards in the league.
They didn't even play Jay the full in the tip-off, and we got people in the chat saying maybe he should be the Rookie of the Year. Chat still undefeated. 10-point win for the Hawks over the Celtics.